And before I finish, I'm gonna go through my stigmas because I get this question a lot, and I might as well show it again. You know what stigmas to use? Because honestly, if you know the DPS stigmas for Channer, then I use pretty much those -1s. And of course, we have. Okay, we're gonna let this pig get roasted because I used to kill these mobs all the time, but I stopped doing that. I realized there's no really a point. Okay, so recovery spell, of course, protective ward, of course. These two pretty much essential. Like you need these no matter what. Rage spell. This is I mean, I see comments now and then about not wanting to use Rage Spell because cast speed debuff, blah blah blah. I just use it all the time because, I don't know, just deal with the cast spell or the cast speed debuff. Cancel it if you need to cast a lot. Like that's the solution right there. Just cancel it. I don't know. Like, if you're really hardcore crazy about those kind of things where you don't want cast speed to be nerfed, you want to be running around all the time. Like, just not use Rage Spell. But I don't know. Sometimes I see like weird comments about Rage Spell. And it's like just cancel if you don't want to use it. You know.
What can I help you with? Nerk.
I don't know if this is true. Like, if you were a ranger, you're chasing someone that's 27 meters away, you just cancel bestial so you can hit them. That's the idea I'm trying to get at, I guess. Maybe it's not 100% accurate, but... And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, rangers, for offending you. But I don't blame them. Actually, that wouldn't be offensive. That would just be ignorant. Oh, who's messaging me? Oh, it's just Fest. Good old Fest. Because he was wearing some armor set that I was really intrigued by. Okay, the next stigma is Binding Word. This is really awesome. You can hide it behind the two Meteor Strike and Incandescent, and then the person that can only pot cannot pot it. So this buff... Oh, well, I killed the mob. I'll show it on the next one. See, behind these two, and then you pop Incandescent and Meteor, you can't pot this Binding Word. You can only dispel it, or maybe strengthen wings it, etc. Or the Templar version of that. Prayer of Freedom, that's what it's called.
What can I help you with? Nerk. What can I help you with? Nerk.
Splash Swing. This one I don't really need to explain. It's also a necessary skill, but you can use this against every class except for a Sorcerer. And if you're thinking Spearmaster and you don't already know, you can pop Perfect Parry against the Spearmaster. If they have a pet, there's a good chance it's going to be auto-attacking you, that'll proc it. If not, they have a couple of skills, I do not remember their names, I'm sorry, that can proc it. Sometimes Spearmasters won't use those, though, like, maybe the smarter ones will realize that Channers can do this Perfect Parry, Parrying Strike, Splash Swing, which is a big deal, because this is a lot of damage in a stun. And against Clerics, of course, they have Hallowed Strike like we do, so they use that on you. You just want to counter it with Perfect Parry. Okay, this is the one that's going to be different between different Channers. I use Hit Mantra. The alternative to this is, of course, Soul Crush. Honestly, I think they're both really good in their own ways. Obviously, Soul Crush is a really awesome knockdown DPS skill off a stun, and it's a 1-minute cooldown, so that's pretty useful. It's good at going through a move shock. Like, say you stun someone with a Soul Strike, and they remove shock as you Soul Crush, you're still going to knock them down. It's like Shadowfall with Twins, they can do that. Or they knock you down after you remove shock. That's why I never remove shock until I see the Shadowfall, if they ambush stun you, etc. Because the animation on it will delay, and it'll actually knock you down after it animates, and that could be during the remove shock, for all you know. Okay, recording didn't help me there.
What can I help you with? Nerk.
But then come to Hit Mantra, this is an awesome team buff,
What
first
can
of
I
all in
help you
PvP.
Nerk.
Like, I guess that would be the biggest thing, but honestly, like, I really like having a lot of defense, and Crit Spell and Crit Strike Resist are just too good of stats for me to want to pass up. Like, I enjoy the fact that I am pretty meaty. Okay, that's a weird way of saying it, but I enjoy the fact that I am pretty beefy? Yeah, beefy. When it comes to PvP. Like, I can tank kind of well because my strike resist is so high. I mean, people with gear will still stun me, or not stun me, crit me a lot, but it helps. You see that pro jump cast? just kidding. I don't know, and the crit striking, of course, is really awesome. Just because more crit, it's always good. There's never too much crit in PvP unless you have some ridiculous number like 1200. So yeah, this one's gonna be a toss-up. You use, like, if you're a hardcore solo DPS Sharon and you just want to be the typical setup. You'd use Soul Crush instead of Hitmantra, but
You're working too
honestly,
hard.
I don't know. I've never used Soul in like PvP for a world PvP. I used it in a tournament against the clerics because you don't need the second remove shock against clerics, but
What can I help you with?
honestly, I don't know. They're both good, so you pick whichever one you think will suit you better. I'm not gonna tell you which one's better. It's up to you. So yeah. And I know I've been told before to use perfect parry. No, it's not perfect parry. Soul Crush instead of Hitmantra, but honestly, to me, it doesn't really make a difference. Like, I'll sacrifice that awesome stun just to be, I don't know, more resilient. That's what I was looking to say. Okay, this is a pretty long recording. Just explaining gear and stuff.
What can I help you with? Nerk.
Next, we come with a Stamina Restoration, or no, it's called Stamina Battle Morale for the level 6 version of it. And I really like this stat, or this skill, because it used to be like a 2-second cast if you remember back in the day as a chanter. Oh man, that was terrible. That was just horrible. Oh, is that Festian? Oh no, it's just some guy telling me he got one shot by the governor. But yeah, the insta-heal is really awesome. Like, I don't know, it's just, there's no words to describe it. Almost 4k heal instantly every minute. So this is probably one of the best PvP skills we have, in all honesty. And of course, Blessing of Wind. This is the awesome plate killer, as they would say. And it's an overall awesome skill to use because, I don't know, that damage even though it's only little chunks, that helps a lot. It makes your hits do more than they normally would, so that in itself is a good reason to use Blessing of Wind. Uh, and if you don't already do that and you're fighting another chanter, always pop a Wind Scroll. Always. Not just for Blessing, but for Promise. Okay, Disorienting Blow. This is the knockdown that works whenever you don't get hit into someone's shield, unless they have like innate resistance or whatever. This is a really good skill, and this is the kind of skill you would save to help try to finish someone off. Like, I would never use this as an opening to bait a remove shock unless I've been fighting someone for over a minute already. Because this skill it's almost guaranteed pretty much. Like, you just use this, someone will get knocked down, you can bam bam. It's like bam bam bam. And yeah, I can't really say anymore. You just have to remember how to time your skills correctly so that you can kill someone when you get them locked up. That's all I will say. Next is Mad Crash. This is of course the big DPS skill that's ranged that you have to stay still for unless you do this, which is jump, jump, hit. Actually, I should go pull my quest, hold on. I should go level up my village and get my miniatures back for no reason. But yeah, this is the skill that you're going to be using like a lot in PvP, that you need to learn how to incorporate as many jumps with it so that you can not be stuck in place all the time, if that makes sense. Obviously, if you're face to face with another, say, chanter, and then you're just gonna Stigmas it, you can just kind of hit it, but I mean, you just try to get in the habit of, when you're PvPing, just hopping around a bit. There's a reason I do it, more than just a hop. Because you want to be able to be on the hop when you're getting the skill off. It's really nice. I don't really know what else to say then for that. Also, when you jump shot this skill, like if you knock someone down with it, the animation gets kind of delayed in a way because it has to travel still. Like, it'll instantly hit them, but then the animation will come a little bit later, like it would if you didn't jump cast the skill. If that makes sense. And I think that's the right thing to say. Oh no. Okay, so now we're finding to the final two. We have Annihilation, which is the awesome default, I believe, 7-meter ranged skill, and with my extendable it's about, I don't know, where's a mob? Piggies, I don't want to kill piggies. There's nothing else to kill? Well, I guess we're killing piggies. I think it's like, let me see, 14, 13, 12 meters? 12? 10. No, no. 10, 11, 12, one of those numbers. It's probably more like 10 if you're fighting someone that's running around because of the weird lag issues. But yeah, this is a really awesome skill. This is another thing you can use to chain, get someone in a stun knockdown chain because of the burst at the end. And honestly, this is another skill I would be like treat like disorienting blow where I wouldn't waste this right away. I would try to save it for. I mean, this doesn't apply to every fight. If you're fighting, say, another chainer, maybe you wouldn't want to waste or save this skill. But sometimes I like to save this skill and try to use it as part of a stun KD chain because it's really nice for that. You can get a lot of damage in. Okay, I know this is a really long video. I'm getting to the final stigma, Rise. If you're in 3.0 and you're a channel you don't use Rise, then I honestly don't know what to say because second remove shock is so awesome. And if you don't believe that a second remove shock is awesome, then I guess you don't PvP because I don't know. Did I not kill enough Shugos? Oh, I didn't because I killed a pig instead. I'm like, why is my quest icon not there? The pickpocketer should be right here. Cool. Triple jump shot. But yeah, Rise. 3-minute cooldown. It gives half the resistance, but you don't use it for the resistance, you use it for the remove shock, of course, and that's really nice.
You do talk to your blooms.
I mean, there's so many instances I can explain of why it'd be useful.
Watch it. Dalen, you really stepped
For
on
Glads,
the
you would want to say this for their aerial hold, and you'd also want to try to restrain yourself from remove shocking unless you really needed to. Like, they knock you down in a cleave, don't remove shock. They knock you down and you're like 80% HP. Nah, probably don't need to remove shock. They use something like Crushing Blow and you're maybe like 70, 60, then yeah, you could probably remove shock there. The point is, remove shock, of course, you save it for a Gladiator. And I'm kind of rambling off in a direction there. For Sorcerer, you would want to have Rise 1 for their aerial hold as well. That's the main thing I would save it for. Because none else works are spec the same, but some of them will have a lot of stuns like Arcane Thunderbolt, Illusion Storm. Of course, there's the one off the Snare. I don't know if it's Frost or Frost. I think it's Frost. No, it's not Frost. I don't know. The one that procs Ice Shock, or Frozen Shock, sorry. That's the one. They have a lot of stuns. They'll try to scare you into remove shocking, which is a good tactic, but yeah, you gotta watch out for aerial hold. And same with Sins, honestly. Rise, use it against aerial hold. Like, those 3 classes, you want Rise for aerial hold. I don't know of any other better way to explain fighting those classes without second remove shock because I don't know. The only one class this wouldn't be useful against is a Cleric. Because Clerics have Infernal Blaze, and as far as I can remember, that's it. So, oh, you get to see my friends who are favorited. Oh no. I'm gonna troll one of them now by opening this mysterious lump in their house. I won't show their house for the sake of them. Yeah! You know what, I'm gonna disenchant this too, just to be a mega troll. Oops. What does this look like? That is pretty cool, actually. Oh, come on, come on. Well, that's just my really bad RNG. Anyway, okay, that's all I need to explain, I think. Gear, yes. Gear I did, stigmas I did. So that's a pretty long video, but I hope it's useful in explaining like the stuff I have and helping decisions, etc. So, on that note, I'm going to stop recording now, I guess. So, bye-bye, everyone. And I know I'll try to make more videos, etc. But, okay, seriously.